Welcome to the Atlanta Wellness Clinic podcast. Hosted by licensed nutritionist and clinic owner Catina Wilson, we're here to kickstart your weight loss journey. Because let's be honest, the only thing we want gaining weight is our wallets. From medical weight loss and nutrition coaching to body contouring, we help Metro Atlanta women get real results. Let's dive in.
Are you wondering how medical weight loss programs stack up against traditional diets? Tune in as Catina Wilson explains how medical weight loss programs are personalized and designed to address the root causes of weight gain, offering a substantial and sustainable approach compared to generic diets. Welcome back, everyone. Millie M, co-host and producer, back in the studio with Catina Wilson. Catina, how's it going?
It's going well. How are you, Millie?
Doing well. I'm glad to hear that you're good. Everyone wants to know, how do medical weight loss programs differ from traditional diets?
All right, great question. When most people think of a diet, they picture a do-it-yourself approach, right? Or a self-guided approach. So maybe somebody's decided, I'm going to cut out all the carbs. I'm going to try intermittent fasting, or whatever the latest kind of self-help or popular diet book, right? So these traditional diets often rely on generalized advice as well as an individual's willpower. And so while they can work, they often lack what one would call personalized guidance, that support, that medical oversight, right? So then if you flip to medical weight loss programs, this is where things, I think, kind of get tailored and it's more scientific. So with a medical weight loss program, they're typically overseen by a healthcare professional like a doctor or a nurse practitioner or even a registered dietitian. So like here at Atlanta Wellness Clinic, we start with an assessment, right? So we want to look at the patient's medical history. We want to understand like what some of their current health concerns are, whether they're diabetic, pre-diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol, that sort of a thing. We also want to understand like what their goals are. So how much weight are they wanting to lose? What kinds of diets have they tried before? And so what's crucial about these types of programs, it's really not a one size fits all. Because again, we have our doctors, we look at the medical history, we look at what a patient's goals are. And then based on all these different factors, our doctors will prescribe certain kinds of medications. It's not always the same for everybody. The dosing is not always the same for everybody, right? So again, that's where it really starts to get tailored. We check in every week. We do a body scan at the beginning. We do a body scan at the 1 month check-in. We do a body scan at the second and the third month as well, right? But we also check in every week, right? Because part of it is we want to understand, are you having success? Where are you struggling? And they need just that little bit of extra accountability. We also provide for all of our patients that signed up with us a nutritional program, right? And so that nutritional program is really going to ensure that in addition to the medicines, we're trying to help you instill some healthy habits. And so it's going to instill, these are the right kinds of foods to eat, the right things to do. And so again, our approach really is about being balanced and as well as being holistic. So not only do we want to have the medicines that help get the weight off, but along the journey, we want to make sure that you've got the accountability and the support, but then that you start to pick up the right nutrition habits as well. So that's the difference, what I would say, between the traditional diet, do it yourself, versus a medical weight loss type program.
Sounds like a very well-rounded program, getting out of that one-size-fits-all of diets. So I know you take a person's medical history into consideration when you are helping them achieve their goals, but how do medical weight loss programs help people identify maybe underlying health issues that are contributing to weight gain that they didn't realize before?
That's really going to come down to the discussion between the patient and the doctor, right? The doctor's really going to ask like all of those probing questions and really trying to understand, what have you tried before, what's worked, what's not worked, right? And again, looking at that medical history. And from there, they can pinpoint what approach might be necessary, whether it's additional labs so that we can truly get to that underlying cause, or maybe whether it's something else. But it really is going to come down to the patient having that honest, open, candid conversation with the doctor, asking all the right questions, and the doctor doing as well. So it's really a partnership.
I always say, always be open and honest with your doctor, because they're definitely there to help you. Can people with chronic conditions benefit from medical weight loss programs more than traditional diets?
I think it depends, right? And again, it's not one size fits all. It's all about having that conversation with the doctor. We tend to specialize in the GLP-1 medications, but certain people, depending upon their chronic condition, that's not going to be the right approach for them. So again, having that open and honest, candid conversation with the doctor, making sure they understand what's really going on with you, then it'll help steer you in the right direction. And maybe there's a different program that's going to be more appropriate for that individual. So I think it just depends.
Do you mind explaining GLP-1 just for my own?
Oh, GLP-1s. Those are like the most popular medicines that we're hearing all about right now, right? So think kind of like the Ozempics or the Mounjaros or the semaglutide and the tirzepatides, right? These are all the medicines that you're hearing about, like all the Hollywood stars and everybody's taking and they're losing weight. We do have quite a few GLP-1s that we leverage in clinic, and most of our patients do qualify for those medicines. And again, as I've said in other podcasts, these medications are a tool, right? It's not meant to take the medicine and still continue those bad habits. It's a tool to help really kind of kickstart your weight loss journey. And again, part of what we do is we provide that ongoing support, but we also try to provide that nutritional counseling and programming as well, so that as you're going down this journey, you're instilling all these healthy habits.
So I'm assuming that's how you help people maintain that long-term maintenance of their weight loss.
That's absolutely right. Because I mean, who hasn't been on that roller coaster where you lose it and you gain it all back, or even worse, more than where you started? So our goal is to help people not only get the weight off, keep it off, look good, feel good, really feel confident in who they are.
Sounds good. As always, Catina, that's some very informative and helpful information you gave us today. We'll dive in deeper even next time. Thanks again. We'll catch you on the next episode. Have a fantastic day.
Thank you, Melly. Have a great day.
That's a wrap on this episode of the Atlanta Wellness Clinic podcast. If you're ready to kickstart your weight loss journey, and not just your bathroom scale and frustration, visit atlwellnessclinic.com or call us at 770-726-8978 for a free 10-minute weight loss consultation. Because the best time to start was yesterday. The second best time? Right now. See you next time.